Hello. Hello, everyone. Come on in. I'm Christine Gold. I am a medium. I'm a mentor, healer, so many things. I'm a soul called Christine. And welcome. I wanted to do something special to start the new year. And yes, I know it isn't January 1st, it's actually January 11th. And yeah, I figured, give people some time. And we also want to recognize that typically the third week in January is the bluest of the year, meaning Christmas is over, New Year's is over, all the fun, all the parties. And maybe it wasn't fun. All the credit card, all the bills are coming in now. So I just want to recognize that as well. And if you have lost a loved one, and that includes pets, whatever it is, a job, a home, a loss, it was something you loved, please share in the comments because we'd like to have some prayers and some healing sent to you as well. Um, I also wanted to recognize, that we're alive today. You are here for a reason. You have purpose. You matter. And even if someone you love has crossed to the other side, just know that they are healthy, they are happy, they have no pain, and they're absolutely around you all the time. All right. So I I invite you all because for me, and maybe for you it's different, lighting a candle signifies, it recognizes, acknowledges our loved ones, our ancestors, our guides, our angels, God. It signifies ritual as well. So light the candle and welcome spirit in. I wanted to show you this. This is a USB lighter and it works. It's very cool. One of my new little gadgets that I like to use. All right. And of course, I have already done smudging. I've brought my crystals in. There's been clearings, there's been prayers. I do all of, like setting the table before we start. And it was really good to come back to this because there's been a lot of loss in my life since 2021, and recently I just lost my father as well. So know that you're not alone. And grief, there is no timestamp on grief. You need, and I'm sure you've heard this, you need to go through it. You do need to go through it. You cannot avoid it. You cannot just say you're fine because, and I understand that many of us experience grief differently. Some people are happy and elated for a while, and then it comes through in phases. It comes, and every day is different. All right, and there's no right or wrong way. In fact, I invite you to connect with people more. Maybe do some reading. I've come across some amazing, podcasts and shows and people. Like I can think of this book, Life Lessons by Elizabeth Kubler-Ross and David Kessler. They talk about grief and how our mortality teaches us about life and truly living. Not just existing, not surviving, but truly living. Because you don't want to be on your deathbed or like my mom did, she just dropped with any regrets in your life. Okay? No regrets. No regrets. Do everything, do it all. And if you don't know what you want to do, then do nothing and daydream. Do nothing and daydream. I know. Hello, Gitte. Thank you so much for being here. Sending you lots of love to Denmark. And hello, Stacy. So nice to see you. And whoever else is here, please say hello. I know I'm live on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. So, yeah, I wanted to do something special. Get your questions ready. And if you're part of the Soul Healers community, you already have access to a question, maybe something you want to share. maybe a card, whatever it happens to be, you can put it in the comments. I'm also doing some Palo Santo because we're raising the vibrations. Anything that you can do to raise your vibrations is a good thing. But I'm also want to be cautious of spiritual bypassing. I encountered that in my community recently where I brought up a topic. I'm not going to say what the topic is, but it basically, and basically the person had responded saying, well, I never look at the negative, only focus on the positive, only the good, never the bad. And that causes duality. And saying that, there aren't real life problems in the world, but there are also real solutions. And I think it's our responsibility to be aware of everything, right? But not be attached to it. That's the difference. But there's non-attachment, there's attachment, and then there's detachment. Okay. And I also wanted to share this where I'm staying right now. I think this is so cute. It says, kind of pissed I'm not being a mermaid. Kind of pissed about not being a mermaid. I thought that was cute. So yeah, I feel the same way because I know, and many of you that are here have an Atlantis connection, right? And we might even be still attached to that connection. And we see it being played out in the world, in the 3D world, where everything is a focus on technology and AI. So, all right. Um, I'd love you to share, tag a few friends, welcome them in. Maybe you're like, oh, I don't know if they'll like this. And really, that's not for you to decide. It's for them to decide. And I always say spirit brings you when you need it the most. And sometimes you're not sure why you're here or what you need to ask or what's going on. I understand. I understand. Yes. So I went back to my channeling in my book. I don't know if you intuitive write, but I highly recommend it. Even if you think you have nothing to write about, that's the ego telling you that you have nothing to write about. We always have something to write about, something to sing about, something to cry about, something to celebrate about. So I'm going to dive in because when I look, the last time I did some intuitive writing was within our Soul Healers community, the end of November. So a lot happened in December. Anyway, so when I talk about channeling, it is whatever the soul needs to hear. And many times when we're doing mediumship, psychic healing work, intuitive, whatever it is, you can pick up other people's stuff. It's not like you asked for it, but you're just open to everything. Once you call that out, you're open to everything, it's going to come in. But of course, with boundaries, with everything. And if you're not sure about that, I can work with you and show you how to do it because I worked with a mentor and she showed me. So I'm just going to verbally just whatever was written has come through on this page for whoever needs to hear it live or on the replay. And it might be for someone that you know as well. So see how we're all interconnected. We're all interconnected. Okay. Number one, I'm drowning. I know this is a great way to start, right? I hear I'm drowning. I'm not a swimmer. Help, help. Now, you might think this might be someone physically drowning, but this could be somebody drowning in their life under debt, under grief, under sorrow, under anxiety, under depression. But to me, it sounds like a child, a boy. And then I hear Amazing Grace. And then I'm distraught, I'm torn, I'm abandoned, I'm forgotten. So we're switching from the drowning to somebody's thoughts. I'm abandoned, I'm forgotten about. Nobody loves me. I've never been loved. I've never felt love. I've never known love. I'm learning to love myself again. So someone's having that conversation. They just had it, they're thinking it, they've dreamt it. So whoever this is for, take it how it resonates, leave the rest. Now we're switching to Moscato. Ooh, who doesn't love a glass of Moscato wine? Someone really loves Moscato. Now, this could be someone that is living in the physical or has passed. Drinking a lot of it. I see a very classy woman dressed to the nines. That's the exact terminology. Dressed to the nines. Always celebrating. She's always drinking. But she's also forgetting. She's also losing. But I hear no words. It's, you know how they say I drown my sorrows in my drink? That's how I feel. That's how I felt when I was tuning in. Now we're moving to a blonde boy. He was so cute. Like the whitest, blondest hair I've ever seen. I love how the camera just went. He's all in white. He's all in white. So that could be in the physical now, but to me felt like it was a crossover, meaning he's with God because it was so beautiful. And last but not least, I'm hearing the British monarchy queen. You know when they play is it regalia? Is that what it's called? It's like music, regal, regala, a connection to the queen. So I'm hearing, when they play the trumpets, dum 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 da dum dum dum. I don't know what that is or who that's for. So I'm going to leave that there. So if you have any questions or anything that comes up for you out of that channel, let me know. And I'm going to mark it at 12. I started the channel around 11. So I will put a timestamp for whoever comes back on the replay. All right. 11 minutes. All right. Gitte, she is part of our Soul Healers community. She's actually our community manager. So, actually already answered my question, but I would love a card about the highest advice for me. Okay. And I'm wanting to pull from the Shaman's Dream Oracle. Really hard to see with the glare, but that's fine. Doesn't matter. All right. What does Gitte need to know for her highest good? Yeah, while I'm shuffling, I'm just hearing, I'm struggling. I don't know if that's you or someone around you is struggling quite a bit and they don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. Okay. I don't know what to say. That's interesting. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. Oh, all right. Stranger curiosity. Stranger curiosity. Hopefully you can see that with all the lovely glares. It is nighttime here. It's getting darker, of course. So curiosity, clearly, with all the energy, this is number 53, reduces to 8. Funny how, before the card was pulled, I was picking up that dialogue of not knowing what to do, not knowing what to say. But it's about curiosity and acceptance. Yeah, there's an illusion of sameness, and it's asking you to reach out to the other externally. Other. Something is being offered to you that is extraordinary. Um, it's a defining moment. It's about taking risks. It's like the beginner's mind. It's like, I don't know how to do this, but I'm going to be curious, even if it's strange. I guess that's why this card is the stranger. It's something you've never experienced before. Yeah, they're asking you to take a risk. It's almost like somebody asked you to do something you would never do. Interesting. And you're not comfortable. And we all know about comfort, right? Um, when you're standing on the diving board, as an example, and you're like, "Oh wow, it's so far down." And what would happen if I took, if I took that leap, if I just jumped in? What if I get hurt? What if, what if, what if, what if? We just jump. So they're asking you to jump. They're asking you to jump. And I don't know, but there are wings on this beautiful soul as well. So that if you jump, you have wings. You always have a plan B. Huh, interesting. New tempo, new sensations, new beginnings, new directions. Um, there is no right, there is no wrong. It just is, and they're asking you to show up, even though you think you can't do it. I have a pretty good idea what it might be about. So I really hope that's of help to you, Gitte. Yeah, most of your Danish friends are probably sleeping, and but you're the night owl. You're the night owl. Stacy is saying, think we're all struggling, not sure what to do. Not sure what to do. I feel that's like um, the illusion of the new year. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of chatter. There's a lot of anti resolutions, anti goals. I'm not doing that anymore. And it's not really about being anti anything. It's just about recognizing that the way we've been doing things doesn't work. And we're not going back to the way it was. And why the heck should we? Because it was so um, dark and uh, colonized and systematic and institution. We're all breaking out of that. I know. I know that you're doing the work, Stacy. I feel, yeah, that well, we're collectively picking up all of that. Oh my God, I have to crush all these things. I have to stop doing this. I have to start doing that. That, like that, getting on that roller coaster. I call it the crazy train, meaning your thoughts become things, and then they just keep chugging along. Where we have to catch ourselves and say, no, this is how we used to do things. We're not doing that anymore. We're going to try something different, and we're going to have fun, and we're going to smile, and we're going to laugh. And who cares? Who cares? Um, Bringing more tools into your toolkit, Stacy. I'm not sure what you're doing right now. And I realize there's a lot going on, and there has been for a very long time. But you're going to bring a lot of people out of darkness. Okay, I'm hearing conversation. I don't want to do that. I've been doing but this is why you're here. This is my 44th reincarnation. And when people go, what? How the heck do you know that? Because I just know I've done the work. I've been doing the work. I continue to do the work, even though there's some days I'm like, fuck this. I don't want to do it. Yeah, I understand. I understand. I don't want to come back and do it again, is what I'm saying. I want to come back like the cats that I'm taking care of and just live a pampered life and have nothing to worry about. You're welcome, Gitte. I will jump. Thank you so much. The card so resonates. Yeah, the cards, the guides, the angels, the loved ones, God, they're always pushing us towards, what we need. And honestly, it's one moment, one breath. Um, I started Dry January challenge in our community because, and it's interesting because Eckhart Tolle just did a video about, can I be spiritual and drink alcohol? And I was like, wow. He's whoever is tapped in. It's always when we collectively have those questions, even if we don't say them, it's uh it's exactly what we need to hear. But somebody actually asked the question. So what he said was, you know what? I love wine. The Romans, the vino, Jesus, blood, wine, all of that at the table. He talked about all of that. He says, I have one glass with my dinner. It is something I love to do. He says, but if you're a person that has more than after two needs to keep drinking, then he says, then go do the steps, go to AA, go get some help, stop drinking. Because he says, one, fine, two, three, then that's it. You've taken a nosedive. And it vibrationally does not match with what you're doing and what your soul is here to do. So, and that's why I continue with Dry January. It's, we all have those, oh, I deserve this. It could be food, it could be shopping, it could be anything, right? I had a hard day, I'm having a hard time. So, whatever that is, we need to recognize the dialogue and where is it coming from? Something we've always done and we're going to continue to do, we're going to continue to get the same result. But if we decide, no, not today, just today, I'm not going to have a drink or I'm not going to have a pint of ice cream or whatever it is, um, delayed gratification, because we're taught to have instant gratification. I mean, I'm just blown away by, seeing my content. I mean, I have over 450 videos on YouTube. That's a lot of content. And what's happening now is in the creator community, it is about shorts, 15 seconds or less. And when last year it was 30 seconds and the year before it was a minute. And like Johann Hari's book, Stolen Focus, that's exactly what's happening. It's stealing our focus. People can't learn anymore and sit down and, like, I can listen to a podcast for an hour. I know a lot of people that can't. They can only do bite size because they're multitasking. They're so busy. I mean, there was a gentleman that I met today through an alignable networking event. He's from Bangladesh, and while he's talking to me, he's working. But I'm reading his energy. I'm feeling his energy, and I can see he's vibrating because not only is his leg tapping, like I picked that up right away. I'm like, okay. I said, so you really busy and you multitask a lot. I said, and the mind is always going. And he goes, yeah. And I said, and how does that feel? And he goes, exhausting. And I'm like, so we really have to dial it back, not only with Dry January, but I have a decluttering challenge, because if there's a clutter in the home, in the mind, in the body, we need to remove. We need to remove and live more minimally with the least amount of stuff. But there's also past lives attached to that. And I want to talk about hoarding. And I want to talk about being a minimalist, meaning I don't, I think of Elon Musk. He is a young soul. Bill Gates, all those that have accumulated so much money, Jeff Bezos, because they have a past life where they didn't have anything. So they have to accumulate everything because one day they might lose it all. Whereas the minimalist has lost everything. So I don't want to bring anything in because I might lose it. And it's not just stuff, it's people, relationships. See how that works? I love diving more into past lives. I've actually done a webinar all about your top 10 past life fears and what they're tied to. It's a thing. Yeah, no, some cats are not pampered. I get that. In fact, the home that I'm watching the two kitties, they're both feral. so I know all about that. Um, yes, the crazy train. Keep moving forward, but I think it's peaceful, present in each moment, from moment to moment. Not anxious of the future and not living in the past, but right here. Um, I said to a lady in the store yesterday, she's like, "It's a good day." I'm like, "It's an amazing day." And you want to know why? I'm alive. And she should have seen her face. She's like, "Really? You're right. We are alive. And we should celebrate being alive." Yes. So let's celebrate. Yeah, AI brain hacking of people. Absolutely. And I don't subscribe to it. And I'm waiting for and that cancel culture that's been ingrained as well. Um, or having, somebody complete you. Really, you need to complete yourself. I get clients that I need to find a man. I hear that a lot. I need a man. I need a man. I'm like, oh, okay, that's fantastic. And what kind of man? So they have this list, and then I ask, what happened in previous relationships, but really, it's just a new version of the same person. We got to be careful. We need to love ourselves. Then you attract the type of person that your soul has been called to, right? A complete complement. Because we can love people, we can be in a room full of people and feel absolutely alone. I've been there. I've been there. The need for balance is so important. Yeah, it's everything. It's everything. That's why I mean, do you have practices? I did a short today about spiritual practices. What's in your toolkit? What do you do every single day that keeps you in balance? How do you stay in balance? What does balance mean to you? Yes, and spreading light and love to others, and maybe they might not realize it at the moment. They might realize it later, feel it later, or it might come very, very much later. It really doesn't matter. It's just because a lot of us are going through stuff that we don't know about. Um, I mean, I used to say many years ago, I have never experienced loss. Like the last time I lost someone was my grandmother, and I was sick. Yeah, lost the sound. Sometimes it happens in this room. I was warned about that, so I'm back. I am back. I always make sure I turn my Wi-Fi off. Um, Hopefully you can hear me now. Give me some heart, some love. It was temporary. Stacy is asking about any insight on how to calm the kids from, yeah, it is a trap. Um, it's like going down the rabbit hole. Honestly, it starts with the relationship with your children. Um, and and not lecturing, but leading and living by example. And I understand there's a lot of influences, but if you raise them a certain way, they're going to have their common sense. They're going to know, right from wrong. And it really goes back to trusting their gut. So if there's a way we can get them to meditate, to feel their feelings, to journal, to find a way, art especially, to express themselves, then they're going to know when something feels good and when something doesn't feel good. And maybe everybody else is doing it. Um, they might be like, "Oh, yeah, I'm gonna participate in it maybe as an experiment," and then go, "Oh, yeah, that experiment I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all, and here's why." And to have that open dialogue, um, and we definitely yeah, and having reserves, meaning I've spent, an hour doing this. Now I'm going to focus and do something else. And if we find that our only source of happiness is online, that's a huge red flag. Um, yeah. So it's about, it goes back to feelings, um, and leading by example and having an open door policy, with boundaries, of course, and letting them know that, you've gone through things as well, maybe not similar, but the feeling, we've all had the feeling where we felt shame and guilt, embarrassment. Maybe we're feeling unworthy. Maybe we're looking for someone to say, you're amazing, like admiration, compliments, where if we build ourselves up enough, we don't need that. And that's what it is we're looking outside for that which we already have. Um, I'm sure you've seen it in movies where, I mean, I'm just catching up on Ted Lasso. When I heard it, I'm like, oh, that doesn't look interesting. It's about football, but actually, it's the story, it's the people. And he is so proud of himself. He's getting all this publicity. His mom thinks he's amazing. His dad is cold and aloof and won't recognize his achievement. And it's sad because he's so wanting that from his father, but his father will never give it to him because to him, his father, that would be weakness. But to the son, he doesn't see it as weakness. He sees it as connection. See how everybody is different in that sense. So to know that you already are amazing, you don't need, I mean, it's nice to say, hey, you did a good job and all that good stuff. But if you're constantly needing attention, you're constantly looking for attention in all the wrong places, you're constantly needing someone to say, oh, you're beautiful. And, oh, I love your photos, and, you have such an amazing life. Um, Truly, when you look underneath, 9 times out of 10, it's not. So, and for someone to say, "You know what? It's all pretty on the outside, but on the inside, it's a mess." It, really lets other people in and go, "Wow, me too." Right? So, okay, so yeah, getting hearts here, and Stacy is trying, yet even when friends come over, they're all doing the YouTube, TikTok. I I kinda, when I have people come over, which is rare, family, whatever, um, I I have a basket and we put all our phones in there, and I kinda got that from my sister. When we come for dinner, it all go in the basket. There's no phones at the table, there's no nothing, none of that. So, because it, distracts, it detracts, and, um yeah, and I just nod and smile like, "Uh-huh, yeah," and then I'm like, "Okay, get me out of here ASAP." Um, and that's why, I'm inviting new friends into my life because I'm no longer, um, wanting to be the caretaker, the fixer, the perfectionist. I don't wanna do any of that anymore. It's exhausting, and it's never fulfilling because, and even when, when you're having your spiritual awakening and you're on your soapbox and you want to tell everybody, they don't care because they're not where you're at. So they'll never understand. So just do you, be beautiful, do like Jesus did. He just did his thing. He just did his thing. He was, And Buddha, and Krishna. They were just there. They were just radiating that energy. But if you find people are draining you and using you and only convenient, when it's convenient for them, then it's time to pull back and it's time to start not even engaging anymore. And if they're asking why, then you'll tell them and then you'll know right away what kind of friendship you have or don't have or didn't have. And we outgrow things just like clothing, right? Seasons, reasons, lessons. Yeah. All right, enough of that. Enough of that. Stacy, so work with him some more. He's a social butterfly who has always needed that connection with others, performer. Yeah, I get that. And that's amazing. Social butterfly. Those are like yeah, we need aspects of that just with boundaries. That's it. Um, yeah, nurture that butterfly energy and yeah. I'm hearing perform better. Um, Interesting. Perform better. And I'm not sure what that means, but maybe it has to do with just doing better, and that's exactly what's happening. So Gite says I can actually also have my phone no sound. Yeah, isn't it great when I'll leave my phone a lot when I go out walking or shopping or I'll have it off and then I'll turn it back on and I'll be like, I didn't miss nothing. It's great. It's so freeing. I didn't miss a damn thing and who cares, right? Who cares? And really that's if we can find ways to just let go, flow, practice non-attachment, like Course in Miracles, started all over again. I'm on day 6. I this computer means nothing. This pen means nothing. Everything in this room in my space means nothing. Meaning I'm the observer and that's it. I don't, I'm not offended or looking for ways to be offended or even triggered. That word triggered. Oh, I was triggered. And people will try and bypass that. Trigger just means it's something you have to look at. Like if you find you're getting frustrated with certain things or people, something to look at. That's all it is. It's not a bad thing. We got to stop doing bad and good and um, just the duality and karma. To believe that karma is for when you're bad and you're going to get it back. That's wishing bad and harm to others, which need to go and look and say, no, that's not why I'm here. It's a lesson. That's it. It's a lesson. And you can laugh and go, ha ha, I thought I dealt with that, but thank you for showing me again. That's it. As Gete and we like to use oops, oops, oops. And yeah, I know it was a Britney Spears song, but it's still oops is pretty funny. Because we're all just making our way home. Yeah, A Course in Miracles. I signed up through Miracle Distribution and I get the emails every day. Every day. I think I've been doing this for 3 years. So it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. So yeah, if you have a question, you want a card, you want mediumship, send the super chat if you're on YouTube or join our Soul Healers community. Please share, tag, comment. Because our Soul Healers community, there's monthly workshops, there's monthly healing. There is a community of like-minded souls like we are right here, old souls, empaths, sensitives, light workers, healers. And we all co-create together. We all cheer each other on. And these are real connections. These aren't like superficial. Oh, you have to fit this certain criteria. You have to believe in, I don't know, whatever it is. Like I feel we need to stop doing that as well. You know? Um, especially with, religion. I had seen someone posting that, he was raised Catholic and the work that he's doing, he's definitely going to hell and all that. And it's like, oh my, is that old archetype still out there? Like, come on. We are all part of God. God is all part of us. And there is no right or wrong way. You're here for a reason. You have huge hearts, and that's why you're here right now. You're listening, you're tuning in, you're joining in the conversation. Um, and I'm pretty excited as well. It is also the year of the rabbit. I love the lunar new year. I'm a tiger, so we just came out of tiger and now we're going into the rabbit. And rabbits are about fertility and shifting perspective and being speedy. And you can go online and find out what, your animal is. Um, and I will be doing I'll be doing a YouTube video about the year of the rabbit. But there's a gentleman on YouTube that I've been watching his videos. He's very entertaining. Um, his name is Joey Yap, and he talks all about the Lunar New Year and the year of the rabbit. So, and I've got my little red envelopes here, and I'm going to be putting money in it and handing it out randomly because that's part of, abundance and prosperity and cyclical energy, being of light. And even if it's $5, it's to get a gift, an unexpected gift or surprise is one of the most amazing things you can do. And it doesn't have to be grand, it could be small, right? That's all that matters. That's all that matters. And I've got little Celeste in the room with me. She's a beautiful white cat. She's feral. She does not like to be picked up. But she has one blue eye and one gold eye. And I can't wait to share the pictures. She's a beauty. She is a beauty. But she's having a little bit of a water. You're a goat, Gitte. Perfect. Greatest of all time. Right? Goats are fun too. You ever see those little videos of little pygmy goats jumping around and they're just so cute. They're so cute. So it'd just be fun to do goat yoga once or even cat yoga or dog or puppy or whatever. Just some type of yoga with an animal would be a lot of fun. So yeah, absolutely. All right. Anything else that you would like me to share with you? I have a video on YouTube about 2023. I predictions and all of that, just tapping into the energy. So you can go back and go look, subscribe to my channel, and then maybe you won't miss it. And have you registered for my Dream Vision Map Workshop? This is my third annual. It's coming up on Sunday. I have 20 people registered. I am so blown away. We are, fusing and start thinking of your word. What is your word? What is your feeling for 2023? I already got mine. It didn't come to me till like a week and a half ago. So that's why I wait till mid-January because, everything has got to settle from the Christmas and the hoopla and the New Year's and all that. And we're fusing astrology, numerology, the year of the rabbit, and feng shui. It's going to be fun. It could be a digital board, it could be a physical board, it could be whatever you want. Doesn't matter. I like to do both. That's just me. So I really hope to see you there. That would be amazing. And yeah, we want to see you at our Soul Healers community. You got monthly classes, intuitive development sessions, chakra energy balancing sessions. Who doesn't need Reiki? Who doesn't need clearing? I know I do, the work we do. And monthly Q&As like this. And it's all private. And there's discounts and sign-up bonuses as well. So all the links for that are there. Yeah, looking forward to seeing you on Sunday, Gitte. Absolutely. It would be fun. Yeah, we know there's more crazy coming. Yeah, just optimistic and hopeful, and that's and just knowing that God is taking care of everything, even though you don't have a timeline, you don't know when it's going to end. It'll end when you least expect it, and your blessings will be so unexpected and way bigger than you imagine. That's how I like to think. That's how I like to feel. And manifestation is when you know and you feel and you do what you're meant to be doing. And it's not manifesting stuff. And I mean, that's a byproduct of already inherently knowing who you are, that you're already abundant, that you're already joy, that you have grace, that you are peaceful, that you are beautiful, that you are perfect the way God created you. And, you have fingerprint for a reason, and they're all unique, and so are you. Okay? No matter what we're going through. And yes, my word for this year is creation. I love creating, and I am a creation of the Most High. That's what I'm tapping into this year. And Gitte's, she chose the word faith. Yeah, faith. I think of George Michael. Gotta have faith, faith, faith. I gotta have faith, faith, faith. Oh, yeah. Another beautiful soul as well. Um, he was a man, a soul that was tortured here and here. He did not know love. Although he said when he met his partner, he finally knew love, but he spent most of his life looking for love. So sad, so sad, because he was a beautiful, and his voice, I mean, my God. Anyways, maybe I'll do like a special episode on, celebrities like Freddie Mercury and George Michael and Robin Williams and Michael Hutchins. I'm thinking about like a lot of artists. Prince, my God, right? Love Prince and all of his music, his tones. I mean, that was for healing. The music that we have now is to agitate. It's a thing. All right. Yeah, faith is a strong one, and I really hope to see you, Stacy, at our it's free, our vision board workshop, and anyone else that's watching or joining us on the replay. We would love to see you. And yes, if you have a question, please send that super chat through or become a member of our Soul Healers community. And even if you're on the replay, I will see that you've become a member, and I'll make sure that you get your questions answered. And of course, if you would like a personal reading, I only do one reading, and it's all in one. It's psychic, intuitive, mediumship, channeling, Reiki, past lives, Akashic records, all of it, all in one. All in one. And I'd love to help you with that as well. And our mentorships are available if you're looking for 6 weeks, 6 months, or 1 year. Because I'm really, we keep saying this is your year. This is your year. Your time is now. And there's a reason you're listening and are watching. Maybe you're not participating because you're not sure. That's your ego talking. And I read this the other day and I thought this is fantastic. You know how we say, new year, new you, yay. And then everything comes crashing down after the month's over. Oops. She says, new year, same me, because I'm perfect and was never the problem. Wow. If that doesn't give you freedom to say, you know, F this, I'm going to do me, and I don't care what anybody else says. I'm going to follow my dreams. What are your dreams? Start dreaming. I always ask my clients when we're working together, what were your dreams as a child? Because that's where they were shut down by parents, by society, by school, by religion, whatever it was. It's all BS. And so are your belief systems. They're BS. I know mine are. And as Tony Robbins would say, don't believe everything you think because it's not true. It's not. It's all made up. And the points don't matter. Oh, that's off of whose line do you think it is, anyways? Oh my God, that's a good show. I still watch that show. It's I laugh so hard. I don't know if you guys watch it, but it's so funny. Gitte, Frede, his voice always bring. Oh my God, that guy, channeling. And I'd seen a little boy playing the piano. I think he's like 4. He was singing a Freddie Mercury song and playing the piano. Freddie reincarnated into that boy. True story. Book a reading link. Sorry, it only says 404. Well, you gotta love Mercury retrograde. We'll make sure we fix that. Oh my goodness. Between, freezing, and we had audio issues earlier today in another group. And then I heard about the airport delays as well. I don't watch the news. I just hear things. And Gitte, she joins the BS club too. Too funny. That's pretty much what it is. So I'm just going to look at the link here quickly. Let's go. We want to book a reading. Well, okay, that's to the community. That link works. I'm going to my website. You can always head to my website. You can still book a reading through there. Aha, it's the tidy cow that is causing the trouble. All right, no problem. I will fix that. Thank you, Gitte, for always showing up and being a part of our community. If I don't have any other questions, comments during this live, that's completely fine. If you have questions for yourself, maybe about your pet that is here or has passed, of course, we're all able to tap into our pets as well. They always show up around you by your feet or on your lap, depending on your relationship with your pet, right? So yes, I am going to say goodbye for now. If you enjoyed this, please do all those wonderful things to support our community. If you want to be part of our community, you know what to do. And I know for a fact that this is the year you decide to choose yourself, to choose love, to choose joy, to choose faith, and just choose you for once instead of everything else, social media, other people around you. And really, you know what? Jealousy is actually a good thing, and I'll tell you why. Because it's signaling something that you want from them that they have. So that's because you didn't go get it yourself. So go get it. And you might find along the way that's not actually what you wanted, by the way. It was more of the feeling. Here I am going back to feelings. That's why I love energy work. So you're welcome, Gitte. I love you so much. My good friend. We've worked together for a couple of years now. And Stacy, you miss your dad and your pup a lot. Yeah, Christmas holidays are so tough. And I'm sending you lots of love and lots of licks. I'm getting a lot of licks on my face. As I said, talking about lots of love, all of a sudden my face is being licked to death here. So that might be something your dog like to do. Or it's just a matter of, do you feel the dog? The dog is always with you. Yeah. I see a lot of jumping too, jumping. So I hope I pray and I know that they're always around you. Mm. Yeah, I see, for some reason, I see a shovel and I see digging. I don't know what that is. That can mean a lot of things, but yeah, no more, yeah, no shoveling the shit. That's interesting. Okay. So maybe there's going to be no longer shit in your life because you're doing all the hard work, the digging, a lot of digging, a lot of backbreaking, painful, emotional, very emotional work. Um, yeah, I'm hearing the end is near. So just hold on. You're okay. Shoveling snow, you and your dad. Oh, isn't that adorable how he came through? And of course, I have to be like charades here. I got to do the. Okay, that's great. Thank you for confirming that. I really appreciate that, and I love when they come through. So yes, and we love you, Stacy. Lots of love to you. And Wendy, thank you so much for being here, catching us live. That's amazing. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you showed up. And and if you have a question, if you'd like a card before we say goodbye, um, I will honor that because you took the first step, which is always the hardest, and you shared with us live. A lot of people don't. So thank you for doing that. I'm hearing she always does that. She always steps forward. Okay. Stacy, that works too. Get rid of the shit. Yes, that's right. Your dad's murder trial in April and ugly divorce. My goodness. I feel you. I'm fighting the man. I was not told about my dad's passing until 2 months later. He actually passed away October 28th. So, I know what you're talking about. I know how you're feeling. It might be in a different way, but let me tell you, there are going to be some big changes happening in 2023. And people will be held accountable. Just know that. There will be justice. There will be justice. But we have to be careful. We don't want revenge because Sylvia Brown said this. I love Sylvia Brown. You will be digging two graves, one for yourself and one for the other person. Doesn't work. All right, let me have some water here. We're all kindred spirits, Wendy. Make sure you have your hydration. I always start my day with 32 ounces of water with a wee bit of lemon and sometimes fire cider. It works. I feel healthy 100% of the time. So, all right. We are going to pull the collective from the Light Seers Tarot. Now we had the choice of Oracle or we had the choice of Tarot. For some reason, I picked up the Tarot. So I don't know if you play with Tarot or you're curious about it or you used to. Okay. And I'm hearing it's not the devil's work. All right. Ooh. 4 of Pentacles. Beautiful energy. Do you see the city, the town behind me or behind her? She's holding on. I love the symbolism, the sacred geometry in these pentacles. Pentacles is money. Pentacles is earth energy. Holding on to things maybe too tightly. Know that your affirmation for this is I live an abundant life and I have more than I need. So this is all about stability and saving, success, being generous, being in flow, gratitude, helping others in time of need. Now, they do the dark, they do the light, and they do the shadow. The shadow aspect is hoarding, coveting, lack mentality, putting too much value on money, which is what many of us have been taught in society. And you're really reaching a moment of stability. How can you save for a rainy day? Don't hold on to things too tight. You're naturally abundant, and actively give and save, and it will come back in return. Uh, I'm also hearing it's not flowing for me. It's not moving for me. Something's not moving. Not sure what that is. Something's not moving. Not moving fast enough. I want to look at this card under the light as well. Uh-huh. Hmm. Hmm. I keep, yeah, things aren't moving. There's patience required and taking deep breaths. And do you see how her eyes are closed? Your hand over heart, maybe your other hand on your belly. Take a deep breath in and then just let it go. Whatever's going on, let it go. Let it go. This might be for more than one person, but just let it go. Yeah, sacred, enough, time well spent. Hmm. Well, it's a lot out of one card, a lot of messages. Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, Stacy, no revenge, offer forgiveness. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. Hi, Brandy. So nice to see you. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to you. And yes, I have exclusive offers in our Soul Healers community. We want to see you there because many in my community are pulling way back from social media as we talk about that AI getting sucked in and all of that. So it's just not resonating anymore. Even though I'm here on YouTube, um, I, I'm built a community for a reason because I did not find community. I had to create it. And here we are. Like my whole life, I never wanted to be the leader. And even in school, when you're put in groups, guess who would be the leader? Me. Even though I'm like, I don't want to do this. Why? All right. Fire cider, add some pink. Yeah. The salting, the sun, the soleil. Yes. Magnesium deficient. We absolutely are. And that really alleviates menopause, PMS, anxiety, depression, helps with your bone health, helps with your heart health. Magnesium, when I listened to the pharmacy podcast by Dr. Mark Hyman, and he talks about when women come in, they're pregnant and they're preeclampsia, meaning, they're they're losing their blood, their iron, all of that. He gives them an IV of magnesium. That's the first thing he does because he says we are naturally deficient. You're welcome, Wendy. Thank you so much. And yeah, I love the hand on the heart. Because, breathing it in and breathing it out. I follow Yoga with Adrienne. She's doing a 30-day challenge. You can catch up at any time. Love her. Love Benji. Fire cider. Oh, Rosemary Gladstar actually started fire cider. You might want to just Google her. You'll get the recipe, but it needs to steep for 6 weeks. And it's a fusion of ginger and garlic and cayenne, apple cider vinegar. It's herbs, rosemary. It's a whole thing. You put in a jar and just let it steep, and then you strain it. Horseradish, and then you take 1 teaspoon a day. I've been doing this for 3 years, and I'm every year I skate through the year healthy and happy. and free. But when you choose spirituality first, you choose your soul, you choose God, you choose yourself, you actually start aging from the inside out. Like you become ageless. I'm aiming for centenarian, whereas unfortunately my mom didn't make 70. My dad didn't make 75. So, mm-mm, I'm I'm following the blue zones. If you're not familiar with blue zones are, I believe it's Sardinia, Italy, and Japan, a couple other places, they all live past 100 because they follow a certain lifestyle of eating and also of connection. So big, so huge. And they practice mindful things. But I can get you the recipe for the fire cider, Wendy, if you need it. Mm. Brandy, I needed that hand on heart and on sacral. I showed up just in time. Woo! Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And our community manager comes through, one hand on the heart and another on, yes, is on the sacral, is always comforting too, and help centering also by the dentist. Yeah. We need those little moments. Like a lot of people have white coat syndrome. You know what I'm saying? You go into the hospital, you go to the dentist, doctor's office, you're like, I don't want to be here. So if you can just catch yourself and you're like, I'm good. I'm good. Everything is good. Open to everything and attached to nothing. Yes. All right. Okay, this time I am saying goodbye. I love you. If you want to see more events like this, please join our community. Please do all those wonderful things. I hope to see you. I know I will see you this Sunday for our Dream Vision Map workshop. It's completely free. The links are below. If you need help with anything, reach out. Also, my latest guest was Udo Erasmus, and he talked about mental health for modern times. He's a pretty amazing guy as well. He's worked with Deepak Chopra and Tony Robbins. I was pretty psyched to get him as a guest. And he also has his own line of flaxseed oil called Udo's Choice, and I believe it's in Whole Foods. Yes, because the only omegas you need are omega 3s, and you get them from fish oil, or not fish oil, but from flaxseed oil. That's it. Because here's a little tip: the fish that you eat, the fish eat algae. That's where you get your omega 3s from. Mind blown. And fish, unfortunately, is so full of mercury and toxins. Not even going to go there. So, and I'm vegan, so why would I eat the fish? Anyways, I love you all. Thank you so much. Mwah, lots of love. Take care. Please remember, healing begins where the ego ends, and let me be your soft landing.